guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm right back at it with a new one. I thought this was going to be the good time to post a video about Ben Simmons. I was holding off on it for a little bit, but I think it's time. Trades are heating up with Ben Simmons, talks are heating up about him, and I think it's just time the Sixers go ahead and do something. Ben Simmons is just I'm not sure what's going on with him. I hope we see him play once more in a Sixers uniform. That's my hope, if I'm being honest. I don't think that's going to happen, though, and honestly, we don't need him right now. But, I hope we start to do good, and maybe it'll trigger him something, but he's getting fined a lot for his game not playing, and I think it's just time I address my thoughts about it, because I just really have some strong thoughts about it. I also do have 3 trades that I'm going to go over that I don't think is actually going to be what's going to happen, but trades that could happen and some trades that are more realistic that I put together and I also found. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. The first thing I want to talk about is Ben Simmons himself, how I feel about him. Personally, I like Ben Simmons. I don't think he's a bad player, and I think that he received so much hate after the Game 7 that people, he made people hate him. And I think it was so much that that's what pulled him away from the team even more and made him more mental health, if you want to say that. I don't think he has mental health. That's just the way he gets out of things. There's been so many rumors about him coming back. I remember he was at the Wells Fargo Center for a few games, doing practices, talking with the coaches. So he's definitely trying to potentially come back. I do see him coming back on a primetime game, potentially. That means a lot for him and the team. And I feel like we need him now more than ever. That is my thoughts on that. As a player, I think Ben Simmons is not very bad. I think that he shouldn't be at the point guard. I think if he comes back, we would keep Maxey at the 1, Curry, Harris, Simmons, and Embiid. I think that would be a much more realistic lineup than having him at the 1. I just don't think that's for him. I think that is more Tyrese Maxey's job, and I don't think I'd like to see Tyrese Maxey come off the bench. But let's just say realistically, we don't know who we're gonna trade. Think about Drummond, Niang, Danny Green, and Furkan Korkmaz and Shake Milton as your bench. Then potentially Matisse Thybulle, maybe there. I think that's someone who they would trade, but I don't want to trade him. He's so good at defense, and I believe that there's so many trade packages that could work, and there's only a few that I think I would actually do. With that being said, let's look at some trades. Okay, so here are some of the trades that I got together. I made 2 of them. This isn't the one I actually made, but I do like this trade. I think it's a little bit of a reach maybe for the Spurs to do at this time, but I think they're in need of a rebuild. It's kind of where it is in the title. But this is the first trade. Basically, the Sixers would be picking up 2 guards who I think are very decent guards. Both of them, their contract is pretty tight, if I'm being honest, but they make up for Ben Simmons' big contract. We're getting Derek White and DeJounte Murray. Personally, I think DeJounte Murray would be an amazing guy to have on the bench as a 6th man. Same thing with Derek White, 6 and 7. Maybe even we put in DeJounte Murray in the starting lineup too. And then put Curry, Murray, and and Maxey, and then have Harris and Embiid. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But I feel like Seth Curry kind of plays the same way that Danny Green does, just faster, more of a guard type of player. And then we also acquired Devin Vassell, who would not be a bad guy to have off the bench. Not someone who I think would really be a big part of this trade. And then we would acquire 2 first-round picks for this upcoming draft and in the 2024 draft. And then we trade a young guy in Isaiah Joe, who I think honestly is an amazing guy to have off the bench. He's fast, he's smooth, and then we give up, of course, Ben Simmons. Personally, I like this trade for us. I don't think we necessarily win the trade. Don't think we lose the trade. But I think this trade really helps us out a lot more than people would think. DeJounte Murray and Derek White are probably the 2 centered pieces around this trade for the Sixers. And that's where I really like from this trade. I'm not sure how I feel about acquiring 3 players, but I do like the trade. Our next trade we have over here is one I did with the Pacers. The Pacers are another team that was interested in Ben Simmons. I was thinking about including Malcolm Brogdon into this, but he cannot be traded until, I think, January or something, because they just signed him. You have to wait a decent amount of time. So, with that being said, I just got another guard who's a lot of money, but he'll be helpful off the bench for a little bit in Jeremy Lamb. Also acquired Domantas Sabonis, the main guy around this trade. We give up Shake Milton and Ben Simmons. Shake Milton's the one guy I think we lose from this trade. I think Shake is just shake and bake. And then we acquire a first-round pick in the 2022 second-round pick. So this is another trade that I think would also help us out. Domantas Sabonis would be an amazing, amazing threat to this team. Imagine a starting lineup consisted of Harris, Sabonis, and Embiid as your forward and center. Curry and Maxey, that's a dream lineup for the Sixers. That's just showing what you can do. But I'm not really sure if the Pacers are going to want to give up Domantas Sabonis, so I think could be one of their guys, and they want to build around with LeVert and Brogdon, potentially. So that's just another idea. And then our final trade, is another trade that the Sixers were really talking about. Dame Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers are really making a push for Simmons. They want Simmons, so that's why when I think of giving up a first-round pick, addition to Anthony Simmons, who's averaging 10 points a game, and then you get CJ McCollum, I think that it's worth it because they want him. They're asking for him. They're going to do what they want to get Dame with Ben Simmons. That's the duo that they're looking at. We also give him Shake Milton, which is a benefit off the bench, but we also do give him a second-round pick. I think this is probably the most fair trade that the Sixers could probably pull off, considering Trailblazers' asking price. And then looking at the other trades, I think they're all reasonable trades for the Sixers. I would be fine with any of them if I'm being honest. I think the Spurs one's probably my least favorite because I don't think there's really two places on our team for 2 guards not being in the starting lineup. But this trade I really do like, and I also like the Portland Trailblazers. So those are 3 trades that you could be thinking about and how you like them or not. But that's basically going to be it. That's my thought on Ben Simmons. I think we go ahead and trade him now. Sooner than later, I think that's what we go ahead and do. Not sure if we want to let him play a little bit to just, I don't know. But once he gets off our hands, I think it'll be much easier for this front office and this team to actually operate. So that's what I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Go check out my Twitter, top right corner of the channel art. I'm out. Enjoy your